Well, my multiple choice time. Syphilis, yes. Syphilis is back there.
Hooray, I'm glad we're back with the syphilis. It's everybody's favorite virus.
So I went with which of these famous historical people? Only one of them was officially diagnosed with syphilis. You know, like syphilis is in hindsight and studying history. He probably had syphilis. Yeah, but
he probably had syphilis. It's something we like to say about people, as if you can just say that casually. You know, you can just be like, imagine 500 years from now, people are like, oh, Brian, he was a bit crazy. He used to be a stand-up comic. He did some weird things. He used to believe that he used to watch the Russell Brand podcast. He probably had syphilis. That's a rude thing to say about someone if you aren't like certain. He probably had
fever.
syphilis.
He suffered from fever, and he started mumbling when he got old. He's like mumbled to himself.
Probably syphilis. It's rude. We can't just post-diagnose these people with syphilis. Disgusting. Like, honestly, like, I dread to know what people are going to say about me. You're fucking talking all the time. He probably had syphilis. Like, horrible.
You know how many times you mentioned, like, you'd like jacking off and stuff, and he had, definitely had syphilis.
He used to come on podcasts and say negative things about Jesus. Definitely had syphilis.
Okay, so these 4 names, only one was officially diagnosed by a doctor, and it's documented that it's official and it's known. Here are the 4 names. Oscar Wilde, Idi Amin, Friedrich Nietzsche, and Vladimir Lenin.
Oh, these are marvelous people.
Yeah, I mean, the ones I left off the list, Henry VIII, shame they've said.
Oh, yeah, no, sure. Yeah,
let's say Shakespeare even. Well, he described it in some of his poems. Well, they think he described it in some of his plays.
Listen, syphilis was very popular. It was super catchy. It's like the Beatles. Everyone wanted it. But those are 4 people that I wouldn't have traditionally associated with syphilis. Oscar Wilde was gay and got in a lot of trouble for that. But that's... I don't think he was... he exhibited any of the signs or symptoms of syphilis. Certainly not late-stage syphilis anyway. So I'm gonna exclude him.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Lenin, and then... Was it Nietzsche, did you say?
Nietzsche and Idi Amin.
Idi Amin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Idi Amin, you want to believe was a nutcase, right? Like you want to believe that he was a bit of a crazy person, and Lenin too, to some degree. Friedrich Nietzsche's the interesting one, because obviously, he's renowned for his brain, not his sexual magnetism.
Mind you, that moustache.
When someone's like, "Hey, old Freddie Nietzsche, he's down the club again, fucking all the girls." Like nobody. That's historically not his reputation. It's not like, "Hey, Freddie Nietzsche's house for a gangbang. Everybody throw your car keys in the fishbowl at Freddie's house." I mean, that's Freddie Mercury. So I mean, that's what makes him a very intriguing option for me. Like I'm kind of drawn towards the manic genius who might also have been a secret pervert. And I mean, to be honest, syphilis wasn't a thing perverts got; it was a thing everybody got at some stage. All right, let me go with you've thrown Idi Amin in, I think, as a everybody thinks he might have had syphilis, nobody diagnosed him example. I think Lenin. I'm going to go with Lenin as the real example.
Who was officially diagnosed with syphilis.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, you talked up one in particular so much that I thought you were going to get it.
Damn it.
Yeah,
I hate when I do that.
So all of these oaks, historians and people have said definitely yes, for sure, probably yeah. Oscar Wilde had symptoms, and in hindsight, they think maybe. Idi Amin, I mean, he was protected by the Saudis, I believe. So he fled. He was in, what's that thing when you flee? If
A
everyone's trying to
Batmobile.
kill you. Yeah,
like a
Batmobile.
hang
He
glider.
was in protective custody.
One of those fly telephone.
Yeah.
Okay, right, like
He
witness
was in
protection.
exile.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
the Saudis protected him, and it's never been disclosed, but they were pretty sure. But of course, they'd say that. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
dude, he had it. Idi Amin. Lenin. Apparently, those in Soviet circles knew for sure that he had syphilis, but once again, it's never been disclosed or
It's
diagnosed.
Freddie Nietzsche.
It's Nietzsche.
It's Freddie
Shame.
Nietzsche, that pervert.
No, he was found, he had a tragic sort of last 10 years of his life. He was found going a bit nuts and on the streets in possibly Turin. And then he was sent on a train to his family in Switzerland, but essentially sent to an asylum in Germany. And at the asylum, and officially diagnosed with syphilis.
I was born 300 years too late, I think, or even 100 years, 150 years too late, because, there was a time.
You would
on
have
this,
so gotten syphilis.
there was a time on this planet when the ladies loved a poet and a philosopher, and they didn't care so much for the boys who kicked the football very well. And that was my time for catching syphilis. Now you want to get syphilis, you got to be good at rugby. That's how you get syphilis now. You don't get syphilis from the thinking anymore. You get syphilis from the kicking.
Yeah. And if you struggle to get the ladies, you could always go on to across the pond to London, Whitechapel, 62 brothals.
Right.
Hey?
Hey.
Whitechapel back in
nice,
Jack the
nice
Ripper's
call
day.
Back to our serial
Look at
killer
us.
episode. Good job.
Yeah.
No, that was good, Ryan. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Diseases is one of those things that we could have covered ad nauseum, and we don't know. We're not disclosing why both of us were obsessed with syphilis.
Yeah,
at least to some small
initially I
degree.
was like tentative with this topic because I don't want to offend medical people who know more than me. But then I had a couple of beers and
No,
I thought,
all
well,
the-
no, fuck them. They kicked me out of med school. Fuck you. No shame. Don't. We'll cut that part out. I'm sure we will.
No, we won't, Ryan. We won't.